Mama Kwaba Bium, about a public fast time, Ejumedi so. A brasso say I did the Obocrat and Pensemu, and in commodity, a bamidi at the mame, a fear nyako papebi, Kwesi Pakaroson, and a Kwesi Asiedua, ever had to say area J, Yadi Pensemu no eba. I was not for Mama Chama Kwaba.
Yeah.
I
like your green.
Medasi.
The green is
Kwesi na mafio.
So
we no because Kwesi na show. So we news na.
Okay, so last week na Kwesi na. Last week na so no ma me na ama.
Okay, no so wamba.
And no ntia busa for.
Addis Ababa kakra kwa 1 to 1.
Nti we dey dey free Addis Ababa ba.
Oh, David, bibi no.
What is it? Ababa. Hey. True for na Kwesi every day daily graphic as usual no. Na ye di edi kan. Na story dey go am me fani kan. Me fa some kesi na e da ho na any kan. Government eyes 500,000 agri jobs. Oil palm push takes center stage in 2026 budget. Enti they say yesi aban na ni ko eyiku adwuma enwuma ebetumi e de aba no ne ye ka enwo oye pam ne yenwo enwo adwuma na mpanifo aye hyehyeye say afia ye besim no budget aye beye o man na ko homabo no ebedi akotene ewo mu pa emu ensem no oso afo no istekwe ye hwan
Ato forcing ade wo no
keso me woni ye ade me woni ye
photo we so dey say bapa o
keso ato forcing finance minister aban sana na ha ampa no we dey waje ne yellow tie no efe no keso ato forcing ampa afi no me woni ye ana ne benkum so from return contribute to Africa's development. KGL Group chair to diaspora after Forbes Award. Into KBS Group no kwanche forward there ni me say waji abasobo kese fa akannie say yade yadwene swai bibi de aboa ho eno no de atodwa echemu say e wo say bibi man ene woni a bibi wo nsam ne beboa na yaboa Africa amano etimi etu empon ewo yenim de ene kwan ye betumi afaso emu na Nordic government partner to tackle period poverty 6 million free pass rich school children Peter munchemu wonti Nordic for no ene Ghana aban to abasakoma na omoto kese ese pad ese pad kwanti obi timi eya akwara bi nyadoa enyenye mo ne ne ka ho o maka abomu a sa pad ho ahokere wo honom no ye afri wona pad no kwa makoma ko 6 million ena school for nkwala ensa aka eno ho nsem eno no ena unauthorized fee saga GS invite Pasect headmaster for questioning page 41 is a past check in your school there past check in your school be past eno na me ensa eyem say Senior Technical Institute and Aguna Swedron so bi wo Technical Institute na ba ko bi ka we no Aguna Swedron na Central Region ba ko ka ho a yes say omo headmistresses too and ba ko headmaster omo nkwatene fie 30 days na yenye hwehwe mu sika bi omo jeje enti na pastek headmaster no so omo afre wo no so enti page 41 emu nchimu ewom yes say admission fee ye free no TVET no and I said, Omoji, Scaska would be on ma, or Maji and Timpanifo, Abedu, or Manima, yes, or Montanach, 30 days, not as a bosomi, no monium, and she munti, and I said, yes, I invited a pastek headmaster, so it will mistake. Is he?
And and I Pasa Wasem.
What region?
Yes, the OT region, and the Czechia and Ampa, unapproved fees no dorsal. In fact, it is not them. Quite a number of schools are, in fact, even top level schools.
See, that's quite a thing free.
Grade A schools, maybe, Ekahobi.
Yes, a bed living in Omoji.
Of course, because all approved fees in the day, be beyond timid. And I know can have, say, GS Eddie Kataba. Say, school be a or charge fee, or say, or GS Amande. Not GS Air. It is a GS in Approvia, untiming charges kebia. It's a mechanic, and I'm saying it again. We are off 1 hour. Now, Kuskuna say a G, Sikebia won't tiasia. Report to school, no, never GS4. From like a trauma, they will do with them because they say a year free SHS. Na Korea say, na ekwakoye money SHS emwa because it was a barrier to some people se kana ibi ni honti na bi ntimi from monko school sa afisi a wo charge ebe ma awofo ni binom ama nkwa no asai akofe because you don't have the money to pay. It's a best strategy for the say almost so ensure monetary mechanism so no monitor de no mo hu say ABC edin say mu no mo ntwoma so they shouldn't wait sa firefighting approach no they be a twema de ni si ansa ekwakoye hu adwuma. We should be more proactive than being reactive. You shouldn't see no ansa na de no
na de be affecting
exactly not affecting a for all you know money is going to for all you know exactly because they couldn't admit them because they couldn't pay. It's we should be more proactive than being reactive. Unfortunately, Ghana is by no sanity. They be a firefighting approach. As somebody say, I feel like go see aga. It's the best wrong. So they should implement proper monetary mechanism. Not a school form, a teacher form, any headmaster somewhere saying, no, it's me see no point. Now, the big story, na asase na bi o hodi asase de be dua
asase de bi o hodi
o kwa man say some trend right 600 acres no more reclaim
okay so more reclaim okay and they are nyas na mitie ye rato force planting for food and jobs and na mitrim kakra na okikeni and planting for food and jobs you know and na menu so kakra na ye hu be pen. Yeah, I'm going to the behind me.
Yeah, planting for food and jobs. They say, "I
was It's insane. We saw her. We pumped in a lot of money into planting for food and jobs. Then so I won't fast forward the core purpose of planting for food and jobs. And they say, for you, na eduano so ebu yeso the question is eduano bu yeso ana
ye di bi ne ye di bi
eduano bu yeso ana dabi at force in there wodi be about the same thing enye sustainable job creation afre na waka odan waka ne say ro no don rabi nwo waka ne keke yenya blueprint no
ben mani mu ya do mo be focus on enwo pa
na me see yenya blueprint because oka value chain how many of benzo oil pump plantation do we have?
And I grabbing.
Do we have? How many of them do we have in Ghana? What I say? How many of them do we have in Ghana?
A bench mine.
And should do how many of them do we have in Ghana? I able to make this 500,000 jobs like I want and now grow 500,000 jobs. 500,000 jobs and not to force a cap. I'm skeptical about it. Say on paper no. But on reality or in reality, no, I have my doubt.
And say, say, Ben, you're young with the
course,
and almost say so, baby, you to Galam say, power reclaiming land and I did to me your Honzo Yabe.
Oh, and I make us the value chain. Say, see, on for blueprint number. We are Nanwaka Keke. Yen Shahawa or Bayadian or the body can do proper analysis and interrogation. So now, 2026. Of course, we're 2026. I shall plan a bed 2027. Can I chassis? Was a fraud and no account. I have got transfer blueprint. Exactly. Ever come back to me. It's a account about 2027 or something. It should be excited about it. A young buy. Why I also wouldn't you my year? Who be able to say they be young buy. Ever December 2026 baby. And ever Bombay won't crack. No baby. So baby. But then be so.
Stay here.
Dear Miss Macadia come where the old car or oil palm yes me say. Ye fee school see a chain a bebro for yes palm oil. I feel you need an better than oil palm. Say Kwesi Paka was and it was in Kwesi Paka. Didn't you any Pacona? We send him to Abanon and send him Nabacani. Jesus a class 1 class 2 yes palm oil. You need an better than oil palm. Where just by the and somewhat. A rich idea sending somebody you will be power. Ya wadwene a ye de dwene de kasa mane ye dema ye kuma to ye yam na mo ni yo no e honum na adwuma ne wo ye de adwuma ne kra she obi nsa ototo papa so ye misa ne hwe de ye kai e de bona ba so kra so wa ye bi na se be ma be ye bi wa ye ni na so sika akodi nipa ne ho eni anamo a wotu no enhia ho kwan bi aso e wo senke timi de ye bebre e bra so se wo se ye me ni koso se ye conscious effort se ye chechire man ye ne sai betumi aboa yen say yetumi to anamo na 500,000 a great jobs ya ye create ye ma eye lucrative na ya konoma mabunu na no so another aspect we say ye say agrika adwuma na wo no nipa na nya a wuntime nhye no je de owo pepa e wo na komam so opeso wo ye nti de ne de ye dia ama ade na aya kono na mabunu no dodo na je atum ye ne sai ye nipa ye ene omo ye sa oil palm ya se ne aye keken ben so ne ye na dwabe hene ene de wo kan ni other ones bi ye nkete kura ye din ni markese na emom nipa no etwa ho mfaso no ekwan ben ne betimi afaso a ye de ebebo ama enyoma timi akoyi ena wonu abema bi de ato ne din se sika wo bush eram sika wo hopa Kwesi eram sika wo ho sika wo ram but ya gwen ko so a ye hu enti se yetimi create jobs we na sika ba mabunu botom em se ye ne kwan ano ena period poverty so ehho asem no yade ehia pa me de bibia fa ya na ehia me pa maba wa no enya wasomdwe a ete enioma bebre so abatan kranke ye nkasa bebre mre wo no ba ba ya wo ho na bi ohia wo nsatime so ne so na de mana on how bebre sa afrefre me yenyina mfikyire bi anim because ekom ena nipa ne bebre edi tu anamu bi a omompe wo no omudi nkomo kra obeka che o se bi a ho kire wo fie enti na meye de meye no ne mom ne pa de no brane so a wato na de ama no ekom de na wa fidi wa de wa ma na aduane
de o hia ta de na be me bi ada
da oba na omu teachers na bi grant me ye bi
I am a top ad
man top ad man no de akwaji nyinsen enti pad 25 Ghana 20 Ghana 15 cedis na obi e de ye obaba sabasa ahomete ye ya e na kwara ono bebo ni tirim say school ne mekọ me ma be ma nya me sa ne so edu we ne watena fie because oni hwe odi be siesie ne ho de a ebi ti me kwa kofa cement paper enyina ade motam na cement paper na motam no e kwa be so na be fa ebetumi asoso ne o mamu de ama enti za ai ebi de cement no de nsu apete so cement paper no de amotam ya ti de se ni bebredi nkomonti ehunu de nema ayeko nti aban ne ma na ni koso a eye pa no ma bebre hia ayesese yeye
Yamfa Daily Guide, Ghana's favorite newspaper. Yamfa entwaso na yehwe paper no ni benkum so a ne soro eye Professor Christopher Ameyokunfi na eda honom no. Bring your lawyer or I proceed. Judge to Ameyokunfi. Peti munchemu wo honti na judge ne so wonfa ne lawyer mra anya sa de a obeto case no so eno ho nsem eno no na ne nifa so nso nipa mienu ne joya katakata o manimu utimu se o madi abonefo sem ana de ho kwadu ebo wo mo 4 arrested over Samankasi shooting este kwa de bia yekan Samankasi so bia si ho page 6 ubenya nchemu nipa 9 na ya che wo mo ewum na oba ne form nso a Alhaji Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia former vice president one the tewo no na Nere Samira Bawumia ejina ne nche o ma hye tuntum na o tewo no okita pen ya wo sign nana Kunodu Adjuma Rollins ya wanya ne ba bi ekoni fie na okoya okoma abusua ya akoni hyede okotworo ne wonimu fa no ho de odija no kwan a okotworo mu se Bawumia leads MPP delegation to mourn Nana Kunodu Tinyo no kwa no kwa MPP mpanimfo bi e kan no ho kwa na chairman sabonso e kan ho page 6 ubenya mu enchimu na ne ni fans education minister honorable Haruna Idrisu na ono so da education ministry backtracks on mother tongue policy na just o ma sa atwen asan na backtracks no na o e kan
okay so almost say when Haruna said it and I'm so okay
okay Professor Kweku Dansoboafo enso da happy 3 ewo Daily Guide mu benya mu enchemu a ewo mu nyina cabinet warns ministers over unapproved policy announcement anti cabinet no ne ase asoafo no policy bi wo ho no ma enkoma mpanifo anyuntum a meka ho asem emfa metudwa anti warning any of them ministers no education ministry je okay Kwesi
yeah so how na there no also obeka say compulsory yamfa local languages no enchen kwa na there at the basic level it's no amanfo no mususu say basic
assembly chemu say sister kwia me fa so obi ye teacher ni wo ye
akwansi obi ana
it's basic level no amanfo susu say from primary now to class 6 and a park abetchem say and up to class 6 but a lower primary no from KG no to a class 3 and one a tier. It is almost come backtrack now. That is the meaning of the backtrack. It in Chimuka for I think the word should be clarity. Because a backtracker what but it is from daily guides who can understand. See if you daily guide one neighbor. So the spelling who can understand exactly. But in Chimuno no, that is what it is. That's why you can raise your concern.
The other can say na ade ba ko a me medwe ho ne say me fa so obi ye me fa sante obi ye fantini teacher ni ye de ne ko esrem a ebia me fa say de na ko ba bia sesala fo wa ni eso munyu su mother tongue no emfa ncha de no obe den akoka sesala ne de a chere ngola na de
me madwen ye me ne minister ne kan but wasema wo kan ye ba mitimu nra ene say ne bedu ba bi no bi nko obi kuro mu adwuma yo
baby of free na na afa wa
ya post because me ameti hey na de me ko ball gas me ko kan fra kasa nche class 1 and class 2 fo a na de na ma kire but ye wo college fo na bi wo ha o so ete kasa nti baby a wo tie no na watena wo na wa ye ho adwuma and Kwesi nya sa necessary
but I also think that there are people who understand various languages you know obi nko mu ko ye adwuma de it might not really apply. It's not.
No.
Even in your CV, that's why we get through. How many languages do you speak and understand? In Jubek, every.
But so no.
The real problem, I was say yes, even at the colleges, the local languages. So we don't have the teachers for those local languages. I don't have to be an Ewe to learn Ewe or speak Ewe. But me co college, bit ma chebo ho. It is all your Santini, we are Frafreni, bit me share Ewe. Our college ho. Now they are called a year a flower, an akpando. No Ewe. So the problem is actually at the college level that you have to fix. Say, young a teacher for no more of that. Say maybe your own betting, but for now, of course, there are people there already. And again, just last one on this. Sometimes, young Accra as an example. Accra seemingly seems to be a gun land, but and yet Accra be a country. You get what I'm making? Accra is the understanding say a gun land. I was on Kanga, but and yet Accra be a country. It's classroom. So baby language yet dominant. They can't dominant. Omo kind of do and what try so Accra na assume say wo bia Madina e bia wo weja the kan wo e kin na kan ho nti ho no ye beka ki wo ho but if you go to Osu, if you go to Labadi, if you go to Nungwa, they speak Gang. So a whole better Gang. So we need to understand the dichotomy and the distinction between the two. In of course, Walo is a Hefana. Every other for you know, a different language apart from even their local language. I want to back on.
Okay.
You get upon a big Kakam and Rebecca when they say, your Persian languages teachers are better more Fradia. Kwesi college in our see start fee.
Okay.
College in your coach methodology, no, a quite fast of the tradi. I was so teach you, I was so think I was so frafrano, I was so crobono, I was so Zemana and Sana, Wako polish or college in Adia Betradi. And at the now can say, and crime baby or what, young can kindness sanity. Obi o ha ko school on kran ba wa anya gan time na ya time akosi na Ghanaian language ya compose obi tin kran ba to ya kuapimtwi
right
Eastern region for etwe kuapimtwi me kwa wo mo efi kwawu nyina kwawu twi ya ntro but etue kuapimtwi enti ya ma option no na wa choose biti utwi no ne enkran kasa no na wa kan but problem a e wo se nyina ne ani koso ne say ye to ye Ghanaian language no eto twene ebedru Professor Jekum of a Legon, a car Cindy, a check, but I saw the meeting was say, around the next 10-15 years to come, no, young teacher new better Ghanaian language, because Ginini only Pano College, and a Jumaku School of Languages, and a teacher for Kwe. Who's a wintini day? Obiampe, and Yama, you person as I have to start from. Yama, you person I have to Papa, Yabrofu, Cabrofu said, Diana to Krum Casa, a minus amount.
akora kitikiti kwa ni asha se de brofo na ni di
na me kura de brofo no kura about time na nka ni ye ne kura na ya o mo de tete I am wanting for no. I am wanting.
I did the obakata emu pense mu na si hanom na happy birthday kwama Damari Samuels efri kwame mensa ho wo mankasim na say yen show Damaris Samuels happy birthday Mr. Kwa obi
to girl be edi 2 years o nezu na ni din edi Jasmine Kanyiti Asiedua Jasmine Kanyiti Asiedua we did 3 mum we did 3 years and na onezu 2 ne class in the elephant
wow
class 2 elephant e was Santa Barbara school class 2 elephant if your parents Mr. Bernard Asiedua bobie ya wo SPD cocoa board and na ma maya whatever QCC until little Jasmine happy third I do say na me from critical 3 omo no timi kwose nsu free dem no abehwe agum pa no asan no so de na monte anu abedwo so dem no asan pi eduru ho a won tika sakra happy 3rd birthday to you Jasmine Asiedua
Kwesi
the Facebook for na and pay wow the birthday of Facebook bia about happy birthday
ya di si hanum Ghana te san na Kwesi Asiedua e de to so medi e de mame afia nyako papa bia da wase e mamumu ni hye
abusuafo ye mamu nyina chema mo akwaba ebra so se Ghana te sen ye de ebremo nene anopai baby a ye de akonwa ne ya pakan kese ekosie eye legal aid board anaso se legal aid ye ka legal aid a de ye adwuma bi din enkyerase nso timi mini bibi foforo a eka ho eye se ubenya mmoa ewo mrem se bia wanya asem akọ court anaso se obi di asem ato so ni nyina ya asem a wanya na uni sika a wo de befa lawyer na emom ehia se wo se wo de obi koko gina wanan na okoboa ene enkyerkyere ne ensem nkyeremu ewo court wonim kasa se de kora no a wo kwa hemfi a wo de wasem fa chiame so ansa na edru nananom anim na legal aid adwuma Ghana man emra na ekreti adwuma yi se de be ya ohia ni foto ya sebe oni obi a obeka na asema no wonya asem a aban no ana oman ne bebo ni chidom na watumi aboa no na asem ka no akoyie ewo emra emu ukope legal aid a enye necessarily se ukodi bem na emu emra na ye koka ewo ho na ye wo legal aid week ewo ho a yedi na fibia anope menya empanyefo mienu ya omo free legal aid adwuma emu eye Eradocas oti ya oye legal officer ewo legal aid commission ena Junfo Edusei Sadiq ono so ye principal ADR officer ewo legal aid commission ye ka ADR na eye alternative dispute resolution right aha nti ni nyina eka emra no ma ne ho kwan ewo adwuma no mu ye bebia omo abie ye ni kakra na afei legal aid week no any legal vacation lawyer for call na we track and bia na ladies first nti me fan free antidoki so me mamu good morning lady and gentlemen ye ka legal aid me nim say de me di kind kan na follow within modwuma na na tramfoni kakra che
okay legal aid no aban asroye eti say me fan say obi yare eso ko hospital no betime choose say obekọ private hospital and ase obekọ government hospital sanso na legal aid no etie so wunya aban and ase mbra wunya problem bi ewo ho no mu a wo ska obetime akọ private lawyer ho ama wa show but so wunni sika na ese wuhia lawyer ma lawyer no etimi twitwaje wa eno so wunni sika beba legal aid commission enti aban asoye a lawyers wo ho a ye hwe omu ene emra no enya asem anaso omenya asem in respect of law no then so omu ni sika a onu bekwa akofa private lawyers ama omu aboa omu
legal aid lawyers ne private lawyers no so ye be ne dem na che so obi nya asem na woni sika ebekwa akofa ebe hire lawyer ana obeji legal service afi obi ho a oba legal aid na moboa na no de secretary bi anim
oba secretary bi anim ye be mo afele forms na 5 series dia ka bia
legal aid o lawyer fair edru court a wo de be fa ba
eno anu no
I say ya ne bi mo adwen say lawyer ni aban han na ma wo de no krema case ne che somewhat bi da say wuntu sika bi ama no nti ase wuntu o hye bia na ne so da wo mpe no wa ma onu nya ne case o ba bi no okodi a wo de no e won hye da mfa ho sa
na ebinumu e ka no
ya mote
yes at times it is but enti sa ye ne lawyers ne ho no so ye wo supervisors ye wo directors a wo mu so hwe ese cases bia e de ama ye bia no ye ne pepepe so what I say enti the case ma ona so wa anya woni wo supervisor enya asem enti because of that ne yem pese any supervisors e benya asem enti case bia de be me bia ye hwese e be ye ne pepepe the difference bia nim so the be kwa akoma private lawyer na so the be buy honum time we bedi no ebre bedi wo court no sa bre no an bedi the fact say wa buy honum as legal aid lawyer say ye be boa no doesn't mean say o case no enyeyi and as e be che e wo court
ntira mu legal aid di aban na etwa moka
aban na etwa ye ka
see ma memra Mr. Sadiq so ADR4 say dia be ye fu ade ya eno ye ya e bata ho because asamba nsem ni bo kra court timi hye se munyi nkofi na munkonko sisi enu mu na ADR4 no ebe mu no muni legal aid twaka na yesen
yo ye dase sene ni nua ba no kan ye ni edi kan ye de aseda be mamo ene Oyerepa mpanyufo e wa kwanya amode ama ye se ye ne Ghana fo ne komasema ye medi nkomo asem na obisa no legal aid e ya ban asoye sene aban wo schools aban wo we aban wo institution bebre na sana legal aid nso e ye aban dia o hose ye boa Ghana man a asem to omo a sene aminu aba ne kan ontimi nkofa lawyer sabio ye nyina enim se ne anamo a ye tu se ye beko yenum ye constitute ye democracy nso akwantu na ye se obi a ye de no kobi na ade a ebo democracy ho ban ye emra na mra no so nye obi a na asem to no a owo sika obetimi akofa lawyer na o se aban etwa na ni hwe saa nipaku na omo oman num nti legal aid e o homma saa nipaku no se asem to na ese unya lawyer na otwitwaje o na wontimi nkofa wa lawyer wona asabi omu ni sika omu betimi akofa omu lawyer no omu na legal aid e wo ho e de ma omu ye nyina ye taatete se meko lawyers for chambers obi enim se e private by chamber e wo ho ma Ghana man asem to a wonso wutimi kɔ asikasem bia enim eye aban chamber eye legal aid commission nti question na ubisa ye no legal aid ewo division no na ADR no so eka ho ewo mu bie ye wo public defender division ye wo citizen advisory division ye wo ADR alternative dispute resolution ye nyina ye nim se asem to a e wo se court na judge ehwe asem no eni a lawyer fo eni mo asem no ye modia no ye hwe ni edi asem no na ye won nsem no bi wo ho a ana nsem no bebre wo ha ehu hia se ye be kwa akotwe ho manso ye nkotwe ho manso no kwan fofora ye be fa so a ye be siesi asem no ama edi yi atoyi ama asundua ba no eni ye de fa ADR kwan no so a ye alternative dispute resolution nti so oba legal aid a se wasem na anko public defender na the improbably criminal offenses na ekoho na oba citizen advisory any ADR na civil cases o man bia no nsema ye de court ana nsema ye hwe edi no mi no ye wo criminal cases and ye wo civil cases nti asem bia civil cases bia no se ba legal aid commission na se ni court dada na afi no aba na opese ye boa wa ekodu mpanyifo enu ma ye hwe ne ehu se da bi asem we ye to ye nsa frɛ nipa na woni na nya na ye betimi asiesie ama ye de yie ato yie nti ye ho na ADR eba mu ema ye hwe se ye siesie e di asomdwe eba nipa mienu na asem no aba omontemu no
I see muni kasa wache mu ye pa ma memra council so se asamba na ye hwe asiesie a the ordinary asem aba no ana de wanya asem no timi choose between so obekọ the formal normal court no ana o choose say me the ADR na mepe eno no lie with wine so choose bi ma obi
okay say court no ebetimi a direct both parties ese o munko either o betima court betima direct no amoma ba legal aid commission anasa court no so wo ADR fo bi a omu so esiesi asem no enti mu siesi na sa anye ya na ma back to court and I feel so court no kra so and make that order and I say o man that direction na wo as a party no wo betimi aka tra court no and as what record no say o pen say asem ni ni kan fa nko ADR no enko siesi na sa anye ya san so dia back court enti court judge ni betimi make that order and an individual party ni so betimi asre court as a court mo na omo kwan na yen kan asem no
legal aid week ana week yasema yedi nko me wasem ne se twa ho foni kakama yo.
Okay, legal aid week access to justice for women and girls harnessing the Maputo protocol. It's Maputo protocol no the protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on Women's Rights. And it came into force, I think, sometime in 2005. Yes, 2005. And most African countries, I think it's about 2 countries, Morocco, I think Egypt, and now Umunsa and Shasi.
There's someone you cross some Africans, yes, sir.
And Ghana, the answer Ashasi. And this
patch of photo silent, we walk around who TV so person frame who so. I was afraid no joining you go so Ghana to say you didn't come legal aid week. You mun come on you didn't lawyer Docas and an anugu asem so okasan. Yinti
and see Ghana ye the answer Shasi. And I feel so sa Maputo protocol no hwe as a state ye the answer Ashasi you be putting measures in place to protect the rights, the freedom and the liberty of women and girls. And see Yeni share legal aid, ya so ho no ma yetimu say e man bebre and patronize your services. And ya sanso hu say e man bebre ho no ma omuni momu right. So if these rights are being infringed upon, they can't even identify. Yetiete omu fa hu this omu hu kura say yetiete omu fa hu this.
Say say kware ayemre ye ho asema yekunu.
No.
Enti obu to kura ko ka wasem nchire obi. Not home. It's me bona ama wu. And this a wound so o fa hu de etieti aso a e be da kura wa hu say e so okọ asoye bi te say legal aid na ye bem e beboa. Enti ye hu say dey when ye say there be sa this week here ye to see why ye celebrating legal aid ye be create awareness ama emma ene mayoa ehunu mu right no ma say ehunu ba bia so bi tieti o mu fa hu de so a o mbetimi aba na ya boa wo mu legal aid wiki ADR for mo chefe wo ne de mo so mo dibi mo celebrate bi
send him di kan no ADR no any legal aid nyina ya de kro division no any achichem as a na legal aid ADR no e follow send him all kan no so wo hwe topic ya that celebration na or say justice for her, progress for all. Na kire se oboa ema omunya omugina bre ewo mere no mu aba ye nyina yetum if say we ase no omu se nyankopon di kan bo mema na nso obo ema se ye boafo na nipa oboa wo opagya wo edi usi soro chen nipa ebi kro de wo ba wi ase ye nipa bibiri wo ho a wona omu boa wo mo no omu duru gina bre bi ebi kro na ni papa ni bi ni maami ni bi na busua kro ebi ni ho na nso obi timi so nipa na sene etimi di ni duru gina bre bi nti ye hwe hu se oman mu no nso no sabio ema edi akotene ewo ye dwumadi bebre megidi sa anopa ye kura ye kase se wusi fom na wokọ ye dwa bebre a ye maame nom eni ye nua maanom eni gu ho bebre a omu di dwuma omu nso ne to da bi a ye tatietie omu fa ahodie broni kase omu na emre bebre omu ye vulnerable nti sa nipa ku no o se ye bibi a ye twa ye ni ana ye hwe omu ne adwene omu emoa legal aid commission ebetimi dia de aboa omu se ne minu anu ba ye kan no wo hwe ye nsam no bebra ema na ta ye de ebo ho sa wo hwe ye dwumadi kura ye ne Oyerepa ta ewo nkita hodie pa ewo mu dwumadi a mutadi wo ho ema mo refe omu ba ma ye de ye boa omu
enti week ne ye bre ne ya so mo anniversary ni die na te sen betimi abobo program
enti this week ye ni schools no bi ewo nkita hodie ye girls school no bi kodi nkita ho a kyerɛkyerɛ wo mo nyame adoma ebekɔ bekwa enso akoye legal aid clinic a ye be frɛ bekwa nipa o mugu ho no na wo mo nyina aba na ene wo mu nyina di nkita ho a kyerɛkyerɛ omo ye dia lawyer for no ne ADR officers no bekwai ne nyina ye hia obi wa asembisa bi ana obi wo dwumadie bi a opese legal aid ba mu beboa na ya lawyer for no ne ADR officers no ati omo aboa omo ne ehu kwan e befa so omo nso ebinya omo fa ahodie se emra no etia omo kwan bi so a
council doctor say pon na also last words in say then aka also the count
yeah person me kind say Ghana has say ye wo mra I protect emma ene enkra
ada ne enka bi ma meme so mo so ene omo na te ho
eze emma no mostly emma na vulnerable ene enkra enro na meetie I think say program bi wo Oyerepa on access stations mu back be me bia o se Nigeria sabi opese okọ ne ho a o refuse enti o maniska enkra no so ma wo no
the punishment ni be ko so ne bu afu
so ho be man who need right eso betieti ama ene enkra fa ho this in this way enti ye pese ye kyerɛkyerɛ anase ye mamma no hu se bibi sɛsi a o right o fa ho di e bitieti aso a dry legal aid oba legal aid e lawyers wo no ma ye behwɛ ne ya kan ma
okay enti anniversary week no mu fi ase da benra ana mu fi ase
this week
baby every day more event ni
ye lunch no enra o Accra mpanyufo ye executive director ne Ghana mpanyufo lawyer mpanyufo vice president otu obi manu ko gina nanamu ma ye di dwumadi no ehya ase nti Ghana fa na nyina ba bia legal aid wo bia no week ye celebrate legal aid week ama ma any timamufo anya access to justice say asem to a utimi dan wani legal aid commission na ya boawo ahwe asem na ma
ye wa sentiment me mu obi hwehwe wo hwe yen e bia wo ibuase ba bi o mampon adwura ba bia e fall within the jurisdiction of mo adwuma na o hwehwe mo chakwan o hwehwe mo he ne mo telephone numbers
okay district no te say mampontin ye wo offices e wo ho no yes se o kwa sa district wo no ma ya ko assembly ho no ho pa na obi hunu legal aid yes and aba Kumasi has say so a ye office kese pa wo edum e wo any court of appeal
just a poku trade
in opposite forestry commission yes
ministry poku trade in echi ministry si ho no ti mo telephone number is saying bi obi hwehwe mo oba no abeyira no pese wo
0246 30 58 98 0246 30 58
98
Inti software was 054 06 77 903
Sisubio
054 06 77 903
yo abusuafo na kyerɛ ha na yɛde nkomu no ebesie baabi a ɛkɔ no ne ye nyina ye biebie yɛn ho ani a eni so bi tietie obi fa ahodi ɛso na woni obi esan na sebe kwase ebo ya ba ya na ɛya unya obi ɛna waka wasɛm ama wa legal aid wo hɔ aban ahan lawyer fo a wɔn ɛhwɛ hiafo ne mobrofo asɛm ɛkama wɔn nti ɛntena de na ho nkasa miniska me de kofa lawyer legal aid ho omo beboa anopai mpanyifo mienu amene omu di nkomo yi lawyer Dorcas Oti oye legal officer legal aid commission ena dwumfo edusei Sadiq ono so ye principal ADR officer legal aid commission wa midi de Akua Asiedua midi mu si asore ma PSA ladi the health and lifestyle abeto amo so say week ni efiri ha ye bedi a enti wo hawo a o machira kwan no na wahwehwe kaisa so bi nkamu nyina
Lifestyle bro me din e di PSC ladi me mamu nyina che ene anope ye ko save lives health Hebrew ni no Mr. Abeka Adam Jonah ene no ekodi enkomo ene anope na save lives health de omo ye wo ho no wo de honsam abre shalom so ye Hebrew ni di me shalom aleken aha ti Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
of the universe.
Amen. Yeah. Yo, save lives health and I know your free screening. Why are you? Why are you just say money address for man for many pomoding? More passion. Yes. She say the more program for money one.
November yeah ben and ye be my general. Once a yana screening na ye no. Na ye specify. But in a may December. Me say betimi aye screen in December. Into no November no free 24th November to 28th November 5 days from Monday to Friday. And this is the last week of November. You determine the aye screening and the yadi bia o yadi bia. But me srew any ason save life yen hwesa how no. Into say bia we ni ya wo ya Osi Hebrew ni meko no ho asoya wo ya osi Hebrew ni meko no ho debi ye ho no ye mfa bibi drone treaty sa yale no eno no specialist na ehwe into the sa wo sa ha na ko specialist hospital a mo hwe sa de na ye nhwe ba yade bia wo yade bia say ya wo na wo pe ho a oti ya wo ya ukotodwe ya wo ya osisi ya wo ya wakoma wo pressure to anamo nabra bema when you low sperm count oba ye be didi nkomo na ehunu emwa wase ye de boa na ehon so no ya hwe de be to aso efri ho into free 24th of next month ye wremu ya and to 28th the last week of November ye free screening ye no man ba be good screening so Kumasi hanko an ye wo Ashtown ye ho afo no junction so ebia na wo ntumi ntwen free screening na ye pese ye in November from 24th to 28th no na pese wutu anamo na oba obetimi afre wo 0551 379 699 0551 379 699 and a 0500 165 722 ebia ukotudwe ya wo ya watena se ama ukotudwe no ahono nsua begine ma ukotudwe no say no eye bolex to ana mona bra save life oba save life within 1 week pepepe ukotudwe no ho beto na wo so wetimi anante te se na wo nante first na awo we chini say simple we ya paaba empaba me Hebrew ni onyakopo yemi aba se ne me so mbeboa Ghana fo a ye betimi de bibiduru asawo yare ama na yeyi oba one wukuno mra sa ho nkwa na obedi nkan aba oba ne aye nhwehwemu ama na de oso no so beka ono no so aba ne aye nhwehwemu na ma low sperm count for me kanamasia kabiem say just 1 month pay na mom ye di kan say oba ebia na sperm analysis semen analysis na okoye no ebia na mistake be mu nti oba ye besen aye foforo ne ya hwese ampa say wonkwamwan wo fomu anase enifom if we say senkwamwa no wo soro dada na yesa de say dro no mawa no kura wanyame nim ebesen how because wo benya nkwamwa no abro de wo se wunya eba na sana nkwamwa no be yenketenkete omunya honden entumi empenetrate through oba no kosua na wato no eni na say dro no ye ma wo more than 2 months ye ma wo just 1 month pe na wotumi anya the active semen as sperms I was say wunya tumi nya over 15 million sperms na wo so wotumi enyinsɛn wo yere ana say oba wona ne te ama na yeye me ka che ebia na wo Kwesi ni wan sesi ana agya wagurasa utu ana wona oba maso ya Hebrew ni de wo bewe de wo behye de wo benom within a short time na wo nso wo mema sam na ewie peyo ma no etoda na wankasa watinka ekwechichi pieces say do no kan ho asemo e wo se me ma obi o nanka wo sade ka ho nanka ye mo won the low libido de no wono mo a jajajajaja ende be ma no be ba hwe na wankasa we bi speakers na sisu dada je ya na se obi ka se wo low libido wo fo mo a na ha me pie e bia na won temenka to anamro na bra save life wo ba Hebrew ni no wa be won say oho no ye ni ade bia ye friend low libido ho ye ma we drama one mama de bia na me kase me de ma wa me tu omo for say make sure say no mo a won no mo no be ma no na mo kwan so ba na wonom wie na wa ma fi say na ne wo kwan na wo say de mo the low libido no improve be
na ya twede bodu ya bo
improve be na infection into no ye two etiefo efo say oba e din kan ya assessment na ahwe say infections bi enu a infections o ho a na yi infection na efri ho na afi de ya ma wo nure be ma o libido no afro akosoro ye pa wo ye be ma o prostate inti o Johnson tentem say big Johnson kra na mu ye na ya to anabonabra save life oba ye wonro kama ye dia ma prostate e prostate no kama wo be Johnson free e bia na wo nya ndo sa te bia no but when yini wo pese wo bo prostate ho ban ya wo save life self e be ma wonro kama e be bo prostate no ho ban wo sisi na ye wo ya ene de Hebrew ni oba the tie for a short time 2 to 3 years na sisi ya de nya de a wuti bie pressure no to anabona bra e wo ha na wo to ase etwetwon wontine no mu na emu esisie enti wo ba ye ma woduru e wo ha na wo na se ayetiritiri wo tena se kakra na wo na se tatai e be ma woduru ama sa wo na se na tatai ni na ejai wo na se na ayetiritiri no ye ma woduru ama wo magya no ma bi wontine no ma bie kama amwanga se won say oh yes say there between nanteko bibi e was meko bia e how bia no o de fabra save life but say dem kan no mentimi ntumfu ntrongu mpanifu ani nti se waso na how no weni na how dia emfa ma save life aside that una many sansa or skin infections skin rashes egu ebi wa he mu baby unkomo ho ne ande na infections bebre go oba save life enya yade bia ano odin say ye do better say infection we I guess me the 3 months me the 5 months they treat you baby skin infections ne ade no to na mo na oba save life o better kama all sana how typhoid na how one numedura wo all sana me say bra na ntunchia ye tunchia within the space of 2 months ye two all sana say every ho kra na also ohu ataw na wo so wetime dimo kwai ma aduane ye de wo so wetime dim kwan a wo kra pe obi wo ha all senti aduane didie kra ye ne den atono ne drinks ne pastries ne ade wo ba ma so ye na ye hwewa wo betime di aduane a open PhD
ye fa number no ntwem ba ko ne
yes Kumasi na ye wo Ashtown ye ho afo no junction so obetimi aframe 0500
0500
165 722 0500 165 722 and 0551 379 699 0551 379 699 how be Kumasi na mewo Ashtown Yehowa for na junction so oba Hebrew ni wa me hwe kama na herbal collagen na mediaba no o hwe me honam nani a obi nka nkyerɛw eye nsuo de enya capsule ye guso a ye prepare capsule no so oba ye de ma wonom a skin de ni be kama ye de ba ko so aka ho a oba wonom a esiesio ekirebo osora ye kama bibia ye kama afide wona mo anabema so anabotom so abo no na ekese mu risi eni ana bibia aye kama Kumasi nko ana mewo yade bia we yade bia agiwani ne waso sa woti eye we ya bibre wo ho na woti mo ye duduru ye wa haban bi wo ho se dua na jona wo not too much oba ye wo x-ray fidie wo ho a me wo x-ray bia ye twa ye friend paranasal x-ray ye twa na ahwe wo hwene mu kwan no bibia home ye ne fa no ne ahwe se polyp bi wo ho ana se how bi wo ho a ne ama wo ho treatment e bia wo asthma oba ye wo spirometry machine wo ho a ye wo specialist of free comfanochi a wo ye pulmonologist and respiratory therapist a omo ba behwe ama wo home ye kama pressure phone cardiologist mapa
okay
in the free comfanochi ebetwa o makoma na scan ema wo mo enti se wakọ hospital will be bia ese koye lab please yenkwane the herbal centers government hospitals esa refer labs ne scans ma mo ba ye ho beye enti se ye endoscopy ende me no waka say surgeon mu a a free comfort noche and was save lives health Hebrew ni masoye a woye endoscopy ewia pulmonologist no so eba aba be spirometry nyame ya adoma eye woda ye da ye hwe omo a doctor say omo betwa omo akoma scan no and so cardiologist every comfort noche and aba be ye me America say so makodere bebre me wo foreign certificate awodo ba ko sa miensa a ya tete me wo female reproductive health ye fa awo ho nsam enti me say the normal need to dwa biem Save Lives Health Hebrew ni Kumasi nkwana me wo Ashtown Yehowa for na junction so a te no man na yedi tudwa no wo fra de how bia e be chirechire mu niam direction e 0551 379 699 and a 0500 165 722 Shalom.
Possibly rewind the number.
The number is 0500
165
722 0500 165
722 Yeda say Shema Israel
Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Blessed are Hero Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
A Hebrew Kasani
Echad, it says one. Yeah.
Yes.
Next Saturday Torah portion Leka. Go for yourself.
Oh wow.
And I said go forth. Leka.
Is it the evangelism?
The Torah portion, Hebrew for we are singing na what could be our one Torah portion is here. It's equal Hebrew for synagogue be the omushia or hono and one other synagogue no so Asia.
Torah, is it the ransom?
Torah means law. So the portion of the law.
Okay. Akaka kreb my Hebrew name. Shalom Aleichem.
Aleichem shalom peace.
Yes, Nidini Mr. Abeka Adam Jonah. Hebrew nino ni ade wadi nkomo no. Sa wo yare a ohododo wa okona so ya owo eduro obefa Hebrew fo kwan so na ode asa wo yare. Kojak farmer ekra yimu enanopai. Kojak farmer sese kuhuku ha. E wana wo bo free say. Wanya allergy bibi ahome bibi akomu ama ehawa. Onu bia 3 minutes na ho ato wanya viral infection. Ama ekomu ahome chese boa opa kojak procode 3 minutes na wanya symptomatic relief e ka symptomatic relief won say ewa cold ne kata no e de ewa ba ho hye ba tipaye ba minim kroba e doso symptoms no doso to bo symptoms no ashase e kofom kojak chako toothpaste so if it say pa de na ma esen e hye pa medication nuro ka ho afenso adidie e ka ho e na coffee mouse etime hye enti use kojak chako toothpaste na so no emfi kama akwada na no pa opese otwi ne se a yese okofa metwo man mienu no pa wiesu kakra bo fruit baako na bibi ka ho ansana akwada no wa pene am otwitwi ne se eye daunting task obrepa be pa ama stress level kra ekosoro be pa use kojak toothpaste no ma no na beboa wo pa ama wo ye relieved wo ho hare wa akwada ne ha obi wo no abakwa kofa brush abobaka cho se mami daddy brush my teeth na yese yen konkon kojak free ni kojak for sefemfem wo no na be yisu edwaso one corner apampentry so pan mu tables apampam store supermarket over the counter pharmacy shops obenya products ni bi ewo ho omompa bi atonko kashi drug lane ewo nkran kumasen so baby a ehwe Roma Hill na Metro Central Market baby ehwe Roma Hill na be frɛ 0531 069945 0531 069945 and 0531 070020 midin edi PSC ladi ye change over me move over na Kwesi Park Wilson na be take over or the cross over OBT agenda and odeba ya baraka ga jamalo la pena mi akatanta yifijiam yi wala don te pos yezo ite paya pam sende tonde obrigado aloha mahalo aisabu warisi denle asante sana Mungo de yadamu nyina mwasi big up still fi let me random in the world Ghana encantadios adios yibishia.
in social media about haircuts and size and length of hair in secondary schools. We will not tolerate it today, we will not tolerate it tomorrow, and so long as we are molding character. If we give in to hair today, tomorrow it will be shoes, and the next day it will be the way they dress. Therefore, as part of our disciplinary measures, headmasters and GS, you are accordingly empowered to take full control of how students behave on your campuses. So anybody who thinks that your child will walk into any institution of learning as if that child, forgive my words, was to attend a beauty contest, the school environment is not for that purpose and not cut for that purpose, and would not tolerate that as an institution.
Who here certificate? Who here certificate? As you MPP for more drink and until no mamma bear delegates, more cocassa conform no to Abamae. As you do see a winning power now, baby media, yes, certificate. Where's the certificate? Wait, that's the one you mean. Obia Benyan was so in the Juma. And you pack who we are here when you yam anyway Juma. Oh, you are bar woman organizer. Said that Pia na Wukum the baby's car. Omu. We are Bearman so that Pia now you could drum and what the other door. Omu. But o statisa wo ye adwuma o mfra wo yire grace o se o da na wo fra me ana o mo o chop mo ni mo odunti ai ni di bo bi atem me kan ya metimi aye enso no ebi ni mo di propaganda beba say o mo message nyina sa o mo aka promise bibia o mo ntimi aye have hope Sadana and say, Nemo can be for what business I say, and you hear.
You for the morning hymn.
Gentle Jesus, meek and mount.
Ready? Sing.
Gentle Jesus, meek and mount. Look upon the little child. This is my small necessity. Suffer me to come to thee. Amen.
You for the morning hymn.
Gentle Jesus, meek and mount.
Ready? Sing.
Gentle Jesus, meek and mount. Look upon the little child. This is my small necessity. Suffer me to come to thee. Amen.
All right, we say for Yama Obibia Kwabe Biam Edeba Oyerepa TV so. You better do your OBT agenda. That is the Oyerepa breakfast time agenda. Within at the Kwesi Parker Wilson. Now, you saw a video over here, the education minister, and of course, People's a year basic school. Now, there's a conversation about using the local language to teach a young Kwalan. And to say a Ghana, the Ghana, a trauma dear. At the basic level. And let me clarify this. From kindergarten to class 3. Not from upper primary to lower primary. And that is what the minister has said. Now, Mama Kanzama, the Zimbabwe Sefi. She sa ya ye wo voter region no ya de eve no e be chenkra na de ya wo ye northern part of the country ya ye tisala ya te wale no ya ye ka ye dagbani no ha ni nya de chenkra na de at that level. And the argument is that a hono na nkwa na bitima ti ade na see no mo sua ni yi. How true is this? But the question is money baby sir for the will be kasa no pay. Do we have the expertise to do this? Your academia no ebe boa yen amasa policy a ken it imagine na the better but it's a bigger conversation this morning about corruption ekoso e Ghana. Any the internal auditors for no role in that with this and command on pay. We didn't add the Kwesi Paka Wilson. I'm going so Mr. Daniel Opon, where you're director of research at the African Liberators Institute, or Ahmanoso and Nano Pay. Mr. Pakwaba. Number 2 be about there. Great. Nyamyadom, yes, you pa. Now, when you pay a quick understanding, why you juma a education sector no muno, and being an educationist. Many started their basse, and this is not a new policy. Actually, let me put on record. Say a new policy, a policy or what that, but need implementation has become a problem. Maybe a jina as of mine. Osha, you bet me you see a local language, you know, at the action corner. Is it possible? You bet me aye.
You met here at T4 and I said, okay, and a policy. Woho that. Na minister no, as the Kazenka or any mandatory for all educational sectors. But what about the clarify say a year 4 kindergarten to class 3.
Yeah.
I said no, not possible. The NT America says so okay could say Japan almost a year or Mombada Tangano extra dia about 98% of the population. Japanese. Okay, to say Germany about 97, almost all the country. Omuka a German language. And I Ghana and so ethnic groups, you know, also pa. And how can it be possible? One funny say, yeah, oh Accra. Now you see the Sebu crying never ready, ever betra. Seven previous I can't for fancy for house of war, almost 10 can for Nankasa. It's not in nature. Are you doing a service or the service? No, but
the argument here is that, so using Accra as an example, Accra, more like Rebecca said, a young crime. It's in a Casamoka, a young crime. However, there are places in Accra, so I can use a place like Wager, Ibia Medina, even places like, even part of Dansuman, Krano, among Kankan, sir. It's, you know, almost share area. Kasa ya kan ye dominant no. So uko nungwa. Kasa ya kan nungwa ye dominant. It's eno no betimi aboa situation na meboa.
That situation is that your kasa nungwa ho no. Na se bi anwurani na ho no. Na odi nkran e kire no. Na wo so pese akura ne ti ade na se na odi nkran e kire ade no. Se bi anwurani na oti ho no. Obe da ti ade na se. Se nyina so mo so pese akura ne ti ade na se yi. Entine di ye kuru kasa e den e kire. Na nungwa na awoka no nungwa ni nkwa na ho enye nungwa ni nkwa na ho tabi anwurani ho entinu na odi nkan e kire no ene entam say be more of the service on tia fra entinu me no yenya nuru ho, and even in future fra no it will not be possible here in Ghana.
Oh, I see.
Yes, because Ghana no, we have more ethnic groups in Ghana. It's not about language policy. Not by language policy. The educational sector now here here now by technical and vocational institute that's Trentino. You're changing polytechnics at the technical universities. And you're no more yet. You're no more yet. Meaning professor engineer. Seven previous the car terminal say I could be a magazine and a shamano. That is where our focus will be. Technical university in Ghana no. As I say, utimi ya dia be bua man e je du mra se bi ye ya kwanya ye nko fa se bi o Chinese ni and I said Japanese ni ama GS kan fa nko sabi ye doyon tosa yetumi kan na yetumi export bi. That is the area we need to focus. And not tree accept English speaking country. Okwa Germany is here na omo curriculum. Omo use German e de try there. Ni na a German. Textbooks are de be try there. Ya chon ya brofo. Na asi yon fa twi nchi akora na dia akora so ko chon so hwa e brofo na okwa akotro. Mini paka mi se ka o ti ase a.
No me to ase.
What your for bro I twi nchi akora na dia. Yenti akọ basic level and kwani pass private schools no pass general brofo because almost brofo na say from the basic level akọ try there so brofo no akọ dey akọ try nti yo so ya na yena Ghana nyina ya se akọ try enso he no otwi a eno kra no e say textbooks nyina no you try to say the German for here
no me sure say in social no e be try no twi but I mean, and even the local language, you know, I've been informed they say, and you're wholly 100%. You can mix it. It's, you know, the argument about sign can, and when you're not saying Nungano, if it's me, I'm mixing it with the brofo as I guess, you can weigh about 50-50 or 70-30, what baby.
But, Parker, you say, what's the Minister can categorical. The way you see a language, actually, no matter what class I can get into class.
Right.
No language is a mandate. So I make us say, even to me, as an educationist, class 1 to class 3 should be mixed with English. Say the way I open a foundation, you know. Now, Krano, what I say, young people come here cry. A crowd team one, they get free kindergarten, class 3. A bed then, or class 4, on your advance on table of food.
Oh no, but you see, Mr. Point, Yabuche. I get the confusion there. What bro for? I'm sure you only watch English, but maybe I watch maths, maybe I watch science, maybe I watch social studies, and also more OWAP, our world, our people. OWAP, no, and not bet you, but if you are teaching English there, which is an English language there, and I bet bro for it's a no ever compensating for the issue of a seminar one way or the other. More like a minor course. What I say? More like a minor course for a young crown.
Okay, Matthias here. Now, young man say, watch class 3, another class 1. Watch germination. A science subject, and I'll osmosis. A science subject. What's the kind of thing to go osmosis a terminal? Now, hear me. A chronic control the osmosis system. You bet my yarn say that level no can say. My young king and that's how even the lower the kindergarten at church for nature.
Right.
Kumasia. Kitchen nature offer brofo and key no. That's my Abwa.
Yeah.
Na koyan sound kwa and what yenti I make a private one person. Bibia ya brofo. Say obasua o mother tanga. I think it's only few. Obuso kumasia na o tiri tia o pese ban ba fia o kan wona.
So from what I have told you Sesiano.
Obi wa nguna mama o pese ban ba fia o ka twi enti no ye besua ya mother tank. Say ye kan no a. Me gidi say fia ni fia no. Enti yam blend the language. No, I was the basic level kindergarten to class 3. That year canon. Young blended the T and the English at the because the curriculum.
Bro. It is for you, Mr. Pomp. Initially, I don't say any possible, any feasible. It is a blend in the right?
Oh yes, you blend no. I work kindergarten to class 3. You blend a but say ye Rofuno afro kura say the minister di kan be kan any there and they na and feasible and I make say they no can no percent you copy Japan for no any Germany for no style no omudi language na ye bibia you di kan you know and no curriculum or bibia because almost the entire population e kasa no.
Mr. with final question. Even the teachers in Empire come once.
Very excellent.
Do they have the requisite skill to to even teach the language, local language, I can't answer banana.
It's that deficit because Sabia, we are Sabia Santini, voter release of Cotradia.
Exactly.
They are catching Crano for never possible. And let me say, it can happen now and even in future. Say the whole country, you know, you better say your language and area be and you. The language in the BIA, the non-communist study come back. Actually, must have fine.
But what if we do this? Because civil. You're sure how many languages can we speak? In Tebia, Chi, English, Igbe, or something. No, I can't. Wala no, I can't. Yeah. Maybe a bit boy, my targeted posting. It is a you say, oh, I see me city me. You bet in the water region. Wake up Walia or northern region. Don't you think say a bit and also
oh no, Nipa the right. You are trampling on the person's right. Nipa na na family young gonna need the family will Kumasia. What say police into the name Kwatu I'm can you listen to yourself?
Oh, when I say postings there across the national service, you don't care wherever you live. It's even Kwatu baby, it's no.
That be national service at the 1 year pursue so kwa it's an news on the right side who pursue no baby on town no so not building the family baby and look how many our teachers are you going to have? How many account teachers are you going to have? And you said you can any year because even teacher for Kwan your teacher shortage in Ghana rural areas teacher for me look at the class 1 to junior high.
Yeah, that's true.
Teacher to people ratio and so
I see.
So it's very difficult, Paka.
I see. Is it assuming say compulsory local language now? We are just a bit in math and then in science. Me say we are just a bit no, and I ever wala in say you're trying to science exams question.
A bad thing. How many people will make 30 questions?
I see.
The internet make say as a nation because of diverse ethnic groups that man win to know. A bad thing. Germany for, Japan for, Korea for, Portugal for.
Medasi, Mr. Pong.
Medasi Parker.
It was for Mr. Daniel Pong, a director of research, African Liberators Institute, or no. Amayati as a policy. And let me say that in 2014-15, the now vice president, at the time, not the education minister, she tried say policy will be but I'm fat. You know, I don't know how. Maybe you're buying sign baby. Na you share how be modalities no because if we share Ghana Education Service for languages are recognized here. There are 10 languages, Chi and Fante, Ewe, Gan, Dambe, and Zema, Dagbani, Dagari, Gonja, and Kasim. Jisa Kasawi, and even the Ghana Education Service, Omotre. It's, if you speak any other language apart from that language we are, probably there will be a challenge there. It's a BM, Chi, Fante, Ewe, and Eve, Gan, Dangme, and Zema, Dagbani, Dagari, Gonja, and Kasim. It's, Ebia Kasabiti say, Sefi, and BA for the and I say part of Chi. And they're bono, but I'm going to say Chi, and yeah, can language, yeah, can language, yeah, exactly. But if they call the northern part of the country, I want a problem, maybe a walk because I don't cast the door so. It's say wala language, and I prof, language, and only her. It's areas of honor, almost cancer, wale for language na any na yeso yanti kasa bi so okay
but then yes so deep sakana obetumi afa akwa pem Even the man is classified as Akan.
Of course, the man is an Akan. Yeah.
That territory, nobody to me the Akan language in actually.
Yeah.
Say a idea, I said, you know, Akan. Say a idea, Ghana, yes, I said, you adopt to one language as generalization.
Kebeboa.
Sabin Kebeboa.
That's the idea.
Sisiano, you built to me a yard. Now you're building from the scratch.
Okay.
You are from the kindergarten. So group near the one banner. Maybe I say you take from the kindergarten to the primary trainer or come seminar. Now yen to my phone. Yeah, say we want to adopt one language.
I'm not sure the big problem.
No problem.
I'm not sure the big problem. Because there's been massive resistance on
problem that. Problem near development. Problem ya.
Yeah, pride no.
Me mama farm me dey men come kasa.
Yeah.
But other countries now are not kind they don't speak one language. But they have adopted one language right for the beginning of the development. Until the Abuan Maisia and not a higher standard. In Duko Honoma or Cambro or French, but the main language or can Hindi. So you learned. Because German is their first time established German language.
German Casa.
And some of us say,
but there are other languages.
I don't know Honomo, but Omu use. At the Hausa, Usia Hausa, no Usian Kaya. There are other language within or big cow better with me.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Kaya, so we are can now. Why do you mood? Sorry. Oma, why do you buy from Pa? So we need Casa Betty Bebre.
Okay.
It's a Casa Betty Bebre. A Quabric Casa is what? Bruni Casa Betty.
So Betty.
Was Oko was a woman tray or Fiasse. You want my feet. And I want poho.
Yeah, was some poho.
Yeah. Woman now so a Casana is a canwa. Into Casa a man for come say. Send us for come say. See, a fiasina, or more than I say a bang and fatica. Miss.
Okay.
Honors Potoka crack, a grand quantanas and
a hunter for.
Until this a young you to me say, and yen see.
In the answer, then
oh. You want
to say something?
Yes.
Because I can be some
what the American say, you see, you when it does say a baby bisana or same penny from the stuff from somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember say, me social media. On said this rise of Asante Nation, this division tribe, yes, because who promote your individual tribe. But the bigger picture is that it's creating division.
Okay.
And the first time who said it, I say campaigning for no baby, being found very soon, and sana issues about. Now, Obia is all project in a day. So now you are coming back to tell us a young Fabako. How will that work? Because the be choosing a no or no connection, say or be communicate to others. No, how will they react? And at the young family, how will he or she take it into communication and education? Say, I'm forward there. You should understand, say, it's a broader picture.
For a bigger reward.
Yes.
And a bigger opportunity.
Yeah, also that's not the time to
rub it on the face of others.
Others. So I think we should look at it from that side.
Okay, but that's it. Me introduce you, so let me officially introduce them. To my right, Professor Lawrence Lowell. For those of you who are Mutasha Jumedi, is not new to this platform. It's Professor Lawrence Lowell, accredited management consultant, lecturer at Valley View University. Prof, Mama Akwaba, Prof. And now to my far right, Joshua Banga. Joshua Banga, external auditor, due harvest consult chartered accountant, or and that of pay. Joshua, once again, Mama Akwaba. Now, and now of pay, the biggest conversation we share for corruption, a cost to Ghana, and I said, come on, much of a slight on to Sumam. And in the last few months, the Attorney General has been making some press conferences near the end. Papa Odawe, Abdul Wahab Hanan, were former Buffer Stock CEO. Na utie Attorney General. Or say Sika allegedly, Papa we actually free Ghana Kofesib, that is through the Buffer Stock Professional. 78.2 million Ghana cedis. About Ochemokratre Muse, Papa we, Neyere, or your housewife when you juma. Your man 5,000, Papa we man 5,000 a month. 10 year. 5,000 a month, now Papa we demand a year no. Na yene tina koto watch 1.6 million. Attorney General na eka nyam na meka na me bisa me ho say the watch na e be bodo no and then me time no the time the difference be woman na because about 8:33 no 1.5 million watch no e be bodo different time na and there another question but sika e free buffer stock I don't know yen toso what call a year is it the next one again we a national signal bureau kwabna edubuahin and also Attorney General Chira sika fa ne nsase ne efri Ghana aban coffers mu eye $2.2 million munties kana ibubo no 78 million $2.2 million enye sika kuma wono so na ma bebre in fact papa we die according to Attorney General to dan yam fan say edum ha efri court ho besi eye bebia we ho no yam say boss afebo no eden ye ho nyina wato nyina 83 sana Attorney General te uko nyana ba estate a sana pa chado nyana ba estate wato edan baako almost about 17 one line no Attorney General na kan nyame na make afeyen toa eye baako no so national service standard my very own good friend gift your imensa minim ne paaye yera osesi bentwi ono wo former KM boss but later be NSS boss ono so according to Attorney General sika afom nsase aye 2.2 million Ghana cedis nyeize sika da bi wom pa na when e bi sase sika we nyina na e koba ni nyina no we know that there is an internal auditor or institution be omanhu omante ho asem omadwuma pa ne saying and not na Joshua wa na no pay to help us understand a juma internal auditors in here and how sika we are able to na a free system the mu a omuhu what is the problem internal pay ebusafo how do we deal with the internal auditors no are they compromised and are they ineffective ebi so say oh you be punish omo so omo kwakasa you be transfer akoboga so kuma said na do kosefi on passem say ohukura na wa yedi how true is this and no pain kuma ye ba bedi no but what is sikasema we am sure na are you scandalized well for me I sometimes wonder say sika we nyina afama fon sase hey more than people will complain about school feeding in this case first of all SHS for you remember at the time in this case the suppliers were raising concerns in fact NSS 4 they say we are told so o create fake accounts allegedly omo more NSS and some more national service personnel and they create amount for the they the twist free national service for because the woman down not pay it's Joshua ma'am your auditors yeah but my first initial reaction from a prof what is asika we are afam from sase ama oman aboka how do you feel about it
oh say baka me hu say amanafo do bia omudi ho agro
yeah right
sentindi Attorney General Juma so be hu nsem be ti say no wo tu ho anamo na wa jisika be free band ama o ma no be the develop ye o kan say no kra forget about auditors o man Juma then way
Attorney General oh dum na ko jina court o mi so bu say na wa be dia o dum ko jina court
e be bata pen
oh dum ko jina court say ko edubuan wo court dada gift your court na Hanan so
always say me how back on here also buy almost say omanya goes to names 30 something
yeah
says can here there and can budget who because your budget and goes to names retrieval
right
and think here you goes to names 10 cities no they are quarter or a pavotic they come school for no proof the evidence here and of that na amat mamfo ayetie wo no se o monwa nye de enwuye ni ana me per result than information.
Okay.
And the young lady be see, Miss Auditor by Ebba Chenya, Nintia, or Majumano, or Moniana Sai, or Wabba Catcher. Now,
based on that, you need for that analysis.
But you see, Ancasano, Attorney General, actually on the Akudina court. Assurance of the Magana for a day.
Oh, say,
on the case you are on a win case.
Obey retrieve Sikano. That's what they're trying to say. That if Attorney General say, but there's a plea bargain. It's why if we say, be away with Scana or Hobacho the Babatia, which I will send as a man perform. Wow, we are not 202 no. The bed size card. There's a walk on them. It's in the sound of walk.
Assembly, I best not remember some as I can do. Yeah, and the home by actually.
Oh, yeah,
and your topic into young
Matty. I will go Joshua.
The man of an aim, and if you
Matty. Joshua, there can be an internal auditor. When then where you see.
Okay, back up with that. Before that, I'll just give a quick perception about auditors. In fact, maybe a friend no my church page be we're discussing will be the two auditors for no money yes no a perception what system once you will be a disca then automatically we conclude auditors which is true. You have to say that because one of the core responsibility of auditor near self fish out fraud any other. But one thing I was here the 2 years you say the auditor might not find every fraud.
Really?
Yes.
Who your auditor? Who be bia?
And yes,
really?
Who be bia?
Before we so, before
and yes, say. And yes, say.
That's all fool ni shine.
Dabi. And yes, say who be bia? The American yes say. What the system there to on? No system is 100%.
Okay.
You might not get everything, but if you do your work well, the possibilities of fish out bigger issues,
But at least you can operate between 90%.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
The 10% is between their chow.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is we shouldn't be quick to say auditors na nyomojima. Now, also internal auditors. In fact, your external auditors, your internal auditors.
Right.
But and that discussion is centered on internal auditors.
Internal auditors.
If you look at internal auditors now, but me center on bed 3 or 4. Now we have risk management. A fraud or error detection. And a asset protection.
Right.
And others were on my Nina Shim. Now because this fraud unit in our center on the fraud detection. Now a auditor and say what system or be put in place to ensure say whatever is on the ground is being detected. It is also why BBC the evidence say why no ewe himfa. Inti ensure say lay down procedures is being complied with. What the chair who say ni na o ma hyehyɛ no maye. But one thing I was here realizing here say auditors should be ase.
Auditors in the should be ase.
Yes.
The
auditor, if you look at Mamenfa NAFCO, buffer stock example. Now, if you go to their structure now, they have internal audit department to own.
Right.
This internal audit department, their core mandate here to ensure compliance, not detective fraud and other things.
Right.
Now, they will report to the board. Mind you, board now better report
to the board.
Yes, because if they find any findings about ABR wrongdoings and I say something they think say we should work on.
Right.
They will report to them. Then board will take decision. I want to link internal auditor Ejumano to Ejumabi so that the layman will understand it very clearly. Now, OSHA internal auditor Ejumano, Akua Asiedua police Ejuma. Now, we say Ejumano is saying now police. May the police net drivers here example say police bar driver or kwan possibly ojane.
Right.
But we all know say the police near Adamfo. The police is our friend. But I didn't know driver who na no ojane. That means there's something wrong driver na there. Aye. Now say police need driver na. It's not in the power of the police to take a driver to police station prison street some with the fonti. He has to take it somewhere. That is the court. The court will have the final into police. I said the all the evidence. Say, me checks near obumra. Not judge not a akunyon match. Say okay, yes, we near bana. Ona yebu asem na to so no wo bibi kana. So we need bibi ka dia then the afan say we for.
Okay.
Who will be cannot be defended we defend. But say a book also then it's in the power of the judge to say am for uncle prisons near the alcohol. So sana internal audit ejuma so tie.
Okay.
Now or ensure say internal controls are good. Internal controls your system I are putting in place to ensure say obi o hono ma obi di boni bi a wontimi ndi. Say obi fa bi a wontimi nya de emfa. Inti so put two system in place or back to ensure a review say is everything okay. Inti oba no so obi check wa why A, why B, why C. Inti ade inti na why C. Inti say if buffer stock for instance or more operations no they more provide food to school feeding program.
Exactly.
Then they also get supplies from farmers or buyers, licensed buyers. Right. Now, so maybe I don't know example the internal auditor. No, one of the procedures say be say may buyer also what taught this from the licensed buyer. Your procedures are say licensed buyer no. I was all yes say. Me adjust to me so a licensed buyer. Into na. So when internal auditor nejuma say obe document say me ko share nyoma mu no. As me see an operator A also of license or genuine from this buyer honum. But me shame no emramu ye chese license buyer also qualifications BCC na also eden or but me shame maybe biasa anye den any honum. Me busa no we nya anu yi anye den ama me no a drafting a report no they are to the audit committee and son omo they are call ABA board ni honum. The board will now decide whether say they will invite the person again to see so betime proving one or to proving one. The decision to punish the person or to bring it out now lies on the board.
Okay.
What you say?
It's in all the time there. You be who be on to be fan babon.
Dabi. Ne dia ne say wa share system.
Board no until the board will now decide say be in the public and I say in the public.
Public. You be punishing and yen punishing. Our board ni say.
But we dey wa flag say and no because so anko yi as an auditor.
Yes.
Okay.
Inti say oba me say call back to buffer stock no. Now omo year omo share no. I think with a good course inti no. O share me call my website and what they did near say internal audit department apart from board na be on report there are other two agencies they work in line with them. Right. They supervise them. That is Ministry of Agriculture and SIGA, that is State Interest and Governance Authority. So the issue here is that these two institutions ever try to also monitor the activities of the audit department. Right. Because board now here can want them no. The CEO will be on the board. Now, what is the influence of the CEO on the board?
I like that. The CEO will be on the board.
So what is the influence of the CEO on the board? So if the CEO has a bigger influence on the board, it means whatever report the auditor will bring to them, say onunsa woma obetimi abogu and obetimi influence no man ho hwe what I say. And that is why mimi hu ni say omo share nyoma no omo nyansem no omo de Ministry of Agriculture ne siga so yede ebemu. So with this interest, what I want to believe near say whatever report and activities the internal audit department will be doing, Ministry of Agriculture and SIGA should have a fair idea, if not all.
Okay, Mabel, it's within a year, but Jumano, how many times and also what audit institution within a year? So
with internal audit and idea, it depends on the arrangement of the institution, but it should be a regular thing.
I say you're regular.
Regular.
Say done.
Yes.
Oh, check all the TBB.
Because na me Kabibi say internal auditor a jack of all trades.
Okay.
Me the Oyerepa example we have a finance department.
Right.
Your marketing department, right. IT, and a programs department.
Right.
Now, IT department on any technical issues ni via the cost of finance on bet you am or does it see it you it doesn't care about what goes on there. Who is in marketing and also ensures that marketing activities is being done. But where the internal auditor, because of the nature of the work, you check procedures, internal control system you're putting in place in all these areas. So you have to have knowledge, at least basic knowledge in all these departments, so that you'll be able to function very well. Into oba obintimi fa 9 and then 6. To bit match I say me share most IT me who say software na mu use there's an issue with it. But Monsheshe and Yachene say there's issue moon for quite ways on a more dressing. But who say be all the software now come out or be full fra, or your path for crano, or man for through the right channel. Then I'll raise a red flag. But I need knowledge in that field that it will be difficult for me to detect if any wrongdoing or whatever is going there. So the key issue here is about say internal auditor one or share internal controls whether if it's strong and I say weak. No address it or address here or share ABA whatever wrongdoing that has been done or none the NSA wafa obusa uye and unya anuye and away nyanuye. When you are on the report no beko. Okay.
So in the case of buffer stock Awaka, there is no evidence to show say internal auditors a flaggy BBR. Because then we can try what reports beko. Reports they are documented. Go to be bound between your fa. So there's no evidence say internal auditors number one. It's me a flaggy BBR also. From in command attorney general Dino. Is it possible? Say internal auditor our buffer stock. And as well say these are monies that air container you find any or say. Is it possible?
So is the American say is possible.
So
it's possible say because the reason why they say say for now buffer stock no. Remember say they say Okreti company. Right. Company. So you see, when you're addressing the issue, you dress from the basic place where the error should have been detected. And I say, now with the buffer stock, the activity then you say, or dealing with school feed schools now or provide a yamon. And I urge a friend saying, goods no, and our food no from buyers. That is licensed buyers. Now, if the person is able to penetrate from that area, a bar. The assumption is that your fan say or your licensed buyer or you're qualified, BBI you're okay. Say BBI you're okay, then the person deserves to be paid the money.
Okay. What just can you know? Don't you follow up to see say Packer company say me a licensed supplier for secondary school see. Magiska Maji 1 million Ghana cedis. Me from a new as an auditor say ampa sikana meji no. Cost supply eduanyama school A, school B, school C, and it's not part of your work.
So what I would say here say with the system of course you need full details on the grounds how they operate. But what I want to believe here say whatever schools they are providing with them, once the NAFCO or the buffer stock are also in charge to do that, they should have the list of the schools.
Right.
Okay. So whatever list of schools they have, I'm sure they should have, somebody should be in charge. Say, school A, school B, on this month, this year, you provide you more with their stock. What they are saying. So that report should be there. There's somebody in charge. Now, the work of the internal auditor is Oba, who is in charge of that activity. Or no, enko say, ABA or call on market check, say, ABA, provide you. But according to their activities, whoever is in charge, no, there should be some arrangements be. Me assure says here the ABS scanning mass school bit send Avrongos goose name man Avrongos Senior High School. Yeah, the map prepare. What will happen here say the head or whoever is in charge might sign something or provide evidence say yensa card no. Into audit and about no or share sanyo man.
In the audit and funding ning en kwhwe say ampa say sika pakabeji so the comma prempe school or the comma Yas Antoine Louis no ampa saying any auditor nejuma. They don't know papers keke.
The papers will confirm.
I see.
What you are saying.
On hard evidence on the ground they say me say near kosuni.
On in a case where you suspect, then you have to go.
Okay. And
do that. And America say, ejuma no, for instance, from the bias aspect neighbor no. Now, if say me show documents anymore, one as an auditor. Me share documents in Monami who say you register with this year, who register a company in this year. It should give me indication say I should do a further work on you. What do I say? Because there's the possibility say I didn't see now one establishing the data. I mean, because establishing is CCI, it means say you have something in your mind. Okay. But there are some things that should give you the auditor a red flag for you to do more investigation. The first initial stage near say there are documents say school insa can goose na almost sign it and also almost provide the BBHS or monsa can. That is enough evidence. However, so uye wejumani do baby, if you feel say you are not certified with that, you can follow on the school to follow up say actually monsa can.
I see. Ebusafo, I don't pay. You share the role of the internal auditors because sikebia efa faman for insase no. Ye dwene wa ye ntiase. And the duty of the auditors no. So mbehu ye ya dwene no so mbehu. But Joshua ma ya cha say ni nyina no mbehu. Ebi de ebe form anu so. Na all church process no mo. Because Oshe buffer stocker how the arrangement went no. Ye use kefi buffer stocker accounting at the company. Say company will talk in the commerce schools. A co-reach no na a year sikano aqua do be bottom and cotonio man. Although let me put it on record, say the buffer stocks former CEO no, and Rebecca said now the all allegation against him no is not true. Rebecca. But we are just looking at how the process works. National service, omo service. Nipa no onye service so na the din was service list no so bosomoso a na etua ne ka and 2.2 million Ghana cedis and Attorney General say we've lost through this activity. Prof, what see Joshua Kakra? Nya okay. Sabi, the toss of mouth. Or you disagree with him on some point?
Letini. Before you have a share pan, say,
right.
Yano Quafo.
Yano Quafo.
Check out the number. Say, a Juma may be your amount, my no. Mayano Quafo, no Juma dash Messano, and walk to an man was some. Say, if sir, many no family be negotiated until so bottom. Say, mean to me, near Jumana made jay, and now say, made Jinamua. A boy, my example be in my own life. Me first MBA because it's librarian. I'm kushi Ghana na bi hono mo a oye construction company engineer. Also me here administrator.
Okay.
Not them come adwuma wura no. Because na man is about tech and obey the degrees into oye contractor by man contract. But nisika no am for dinisika. Into adwuma na best administrator na say me sa ya internal auditing systems kan.
Okay.
Nti many times say no omamwe old books and send us a contract. Sika bi asan bi asun bi ono na sana de. Sika kesi bi ono na sana de. Na oni me din ko wacha say nipa o man adwuma no kofo muzika de mu no. O de ne sheme say menyi na de. Ndi at in office nam ka say ora. Se metu me adwuma na he me say say wo ja adwuma. No say how? I'm scared what do sika. Before that, now on your new contract, no talk car, tell rubber or contract, na you implement it. Now, many are better to much and one said you want to do this. Now, the quality is a member to know your Juma. This is a wood giant 100% shareholder. And this up there. What board was it? No, Juma Mania. I say, Granny Ben, I'm basically. I'm Jan Hokoy. Bidding me here. The research.
I see.
No quality. Say ye jina no kwa son any problem. Nsema ye kanyina ye betumi acheche mu a aden na se me ye adwuma bi wura. Na betumi ne finance department manipulating ye disika na trotro. Niema e de cover ma auditor ba won hunu ye disika. That's the problem in Akuma Iken. Because in between I make records at the end of trial balance no ye disika.
Na balance for
nisika. And don't even chimane ye. Baby ekoto nyama ekoto mo no ya ma receipt ni say or the money my 1000 Ghana cedis but 2500 Ghana cedis amuru na ya we say 1500 no ya 500 na ye ndia but waja to because on so diga.
So me prof the issue and America said just like the language issue no is something we have to go to the basic level because Sesiano the average Ghanaian I dream ben pan because so for be juma say wa we juma I me buza me say there are some issues be ohonoma say busa ho say nipa ko na nka say ejuma decisions are taken no go take a decision.
You hold on for me. That profit to us.
So and is an ma we no ba sa katasu me so na kan ha na hase. Na it seems that across all sectors, even including some privatization. Must say magazine here. Magazine here. You baka say had dey nyane sa o. Magazine here. Yeah, had dey fa heaven ma. Oko other sectors sa na wo hono mo. In our politics, that's how it is.
But we should be first of the Northern Regional Manager, HM say, and of course, per the records of that general say, or why not sika beton account mu, or no account mu.
Yeah.
Now, Hana na for na catch and say, sika we, pako tu sa account mu mama.
Yes, order.
O misa ho question.
That be.
O misa ho question.
If you in the buy,
if you in the
buy,
exactly.
No.
But if you buffer stock for accounting, na about account.
E be ye dey oho.
The question is
we come. Then.
Oh, e be dey oho. Ana efi okono ekodu djuma be ho. Make us na akura bi ase hia bo.
Okay.
Ni sika. Oh, nema enya djuma na ye nipa suba ye ne kwaldi. We no from institutions no nya wadjuma ye. Then na me bisa kan ne say, "Sir figures 3 outlines how dey my no. Sure to say yes abeka sika no and say. Ne say kan dey na de be yo. Because ghost names income na almost akaya no. E di djuma be. Won't you make us say ye nya sika 10 cedis. Every hanom. Well, make me say no correct because okay na the former president don't me yan no say the same am kan e boare say there is something wrong over there. And for that matter no modity vu ampa nti aje no atum but say kana modity vu e no mudi djuma be because encam budget ho. And we no never turn no so do makokot.
Prof
so nti no issue no say nipa no a omudi djuma wo offices no.
Yeah.
Where can say bia odi kotu mu Mintimi si chene kan sa ba odi kotu mu wo yakoto ano ekowie sen ebi kwa na ye sen ne ya ka bom na fa beto account na mo so mo transfer koto wo account mu ewi akohia akokwa ase ba bi ni akopɛ aponjika ka ba we ne yayi ni ache ndiye ni na dibi ndi se sika we ya betie no ya be den na tumi ratify account nu ma omo ba omu hunu
nti eye pobi na ya boss e pese ye bo o mind crawl no.
Oh. Adi bi hono ma I am pese be na me kan da ko lower say. That be na o hwe se na nemasi course no enye papa yo.
But you see, but so the question I want to ask him is yam punishing kofo.
Ana institution na ya.
So is it the reason why I must say I'm for listen that Canada na exist am for years Canada. Na enye to this magnitude do.
Let me say yentwe obi aso.
So that's the reason that I'm so
obi a committee reconciliation be kan ya wo ka wi a awie. No imprisonment, no refunding. Nti no eno obi for attentions ya nya hwe. Nti 12 years abedi me ma memfa obi soro bi okaye. O se bank be no nko wi ano. Omo wi a bank na amanfo ye bank manager na kan ta say papa no ye na moye no. Sika on be check your for 10 million. They for 10 ka ho na na me say on for 20 million. Ne ko baby, na no you dey say. So,
no mo so for 10 million show motum.
Ne yen ka say comfortable 20 million. Never my account. Eno na ekoso. Me ni evidence bia wo ha me kan settlement money, but ne ekoi die.
So, and the young punish omo a.
Eno ne akwa say
because people are emboldened.
Police officer aba kutuamu ebe ya adwuma odu hono man panifo di ka be cha ne be me ne bayre ne bode ne makokọ ne man be ba na kwa aba no o transfer he no doctors mu ano na ba ko ba so ya amoba what the bayre we dey not nja kwa se we ye bi je be sa so he mu no o mo be se kwa na ye bi ene yesu ye nya bi ne emeti back door ne ye discussion but e be catch public say na akobat enkosiaga what the can crow ye tra o man mu amanyofo me dem fa pp this nkwa because no wuri na we ba we ye that ben nya concrete proof ne we ye no ye sa so mu no adi djuma bia edi oye ne bia ba na ahunahuna ne o be ba no Me say issue out here. I say na no be no discussion be na obi can say. NDC for be can say. Kennedy be president Ghana be hot. The MP from Faba Omiamra. What is this man saying? So, enti no kwaldia ye nyane eya 1 2 institutions nya dwuma.
So how do you make them work? Institutions then.
Hono leadership.
Or can board no say the problem is not the board.
Hono leadership. Na hono no kwaldia so ba no. Feminist. Ya be fa me director and I see whatever it is in the superior rank of Oyerepa. Ana man for shemas. Ana me implement policy bia ebeboa me ye due diligence aye adwuma. Wo fom na me query wo na oyi ano na anyi dia ko ba bi. Ndo obi bo Oyerepa see wo na aba ho ne de ontoroti issues. Ba metna ho ne nyina ye ncheni ya. Ene nka ba kronkron bro me da sa me ware me. Enti no kwaldi se yenya no kwaldi for mo leaders. Awo institutions no on betumi implement policies na ye kan nya adwuma. Anya adwuma. Because obi pekwan awura policies ma. Wo be wura mu no. Kwa be fo be wura mu no wo so wa boka wa investment. Ndo wura mu we said then we reclaim what he invested in that. And I say remember kwa edesika. Yeah. I say na wanya slot. Ebi kwa se bi mu kwa to aduro. So no kra de ya na etojo omo a. Enti sa kwa fa so yi abaye leader. Dey no be yo. Wa boka. First year I am one and always we are as my can and all the tests no all the wins are involved.
The more all the tests become.
All the tests can no he's under somebody make what they say. All the tests reporting to me. And I have to probe. Because when I'm a marketing officer no, me procurement director no, e ya adwuma na ka se kotomo 10 bars, na fa 5 bars go me store. Na me tomo mobiedi. Na fa 10 year report. In the one time no be kan dey nya adwuma. Procurement na more less say kotomo 10 bars. Me we 5 dem na man kwala na dey. No kwaldi paka Africa ye problem pa ne say ye antise benya leader or say me ye correct me de no kwaldi ba ye adwuma enye personal gain. We move for especially Ghana, my country. Until that,
corruption never costs.
Me say some can no cry. I say go ba che ba hana ma na ye kan sanze me ya say project voice kan na ma say mon go teacher voice kan ma den kwala no. Say no cry I don't know. Sana ma say no. Then ma ka cho ma project voice kan ma je na. And say obey ya de na nye na ye kan ma reference point. You are not willing to change. Them. Okay, o de here nema ekoso we NDC ni MPP leadership about Attorney General issue we kan.
Right.
Listen, Chief Justice issue. On some kind say, "Mama, you're poor." Also, and this MPP before say, "Send on my year no. That's minority that no my day. The tibia muno almost about power. What is this mindset? Munyanya kwadubia mono. Ni pet na ba no. Yenyanya kwadubia mono. So long as you two mono. How can we rule this country with this corrupt mindset leadership?
But so MPP or more crowd mindset.
The best okasemoya, the okasemoya. Okasemoya tell me say me mama we, but mranim ni bia nim say kwan ya fa so mama no mu yi no. Impossible my penin such as here. He followed the due process.
Right.
Now because so long as a mayi ne there and the young ba notice bia no ye be yi no a. Adwo papa.
I see. Remember
say sika sem ne kan wasem no. Sika no mususu emudu.
Small money.
Yetumi ahwa ma ankrankra we edi say sika. Na se yetumi nya wo hwede a nsa bi wase.
Well, yetumi ka say yetumi nya wo hwe. Safna ndem ko gina court. So the Attorney General must prove beyond all reasonable doubts.
And some no can no credit. Some no can. Na no credit so dia. Ngo fa sika mbra.
Because Attorney General
ne wato dan.
Right.
Ne wato wo ma 5,000.
5,000. Onye djuma.
No akwa I don't quite forget about it.
No kunuma 5,000
allowance.
I got to watch it. 1.5 million Ghana cedis.
1.5 the Hindu.
1 million and 500,000.
Because Canada me Canada now say oh they will prop that na
1.5 million Ghana cedis.
The old one be say.
Old one be 1 billion.
1.5 billion.
1.5 billion.
Watch back. Obi amount 5,000. How many months? No be 1.5 billion. Mo ka kweti mama.
Oh, retirement crowd you say.
So, anyway, on my amraya duma. Say come e dance to do a e say di ka do court. Na di ka remand o ansa na e hwehwe mu say kwamra fa so nyes ka di kakam.
Enti na Attorney General kan wa say wo hwe or say what happened what share ono kwane or 28,000 a month
280 million
280 million a month it's in a 280,000 a month or shall say with 24,000 and a quote 28,000 30,000 30,000 and there is no established source of legitimate income being apart from the salary original. You need you be a can a jumo no apart from or you for where you friend is 8 years.
8 years. You never say when you top money.
I say we should see can original company any then what
investment that all year. On the business. On your businessman.
On your businessman.
On the company be register.
There. Why is a company? Na company
na income be
a just carry free buffer stock for accounting and a call on accounting.
I say be on more contract.
But conflict of interest is at play.
No. Conflict of interest there, and they say you prove with the benefit of that, you know. Won't you make us? Let's assume the conflict of interest is at play. But if it is really
my whole contract,
if the contract, if the contract is genuinely, and pass why you would deserve that income, can we also ratify that? Probably because Juma can, apart from conflict of interest, you know. Now a Juma now or Yama buffer, no, it doesn't accumulate to that amount now or retrieve from hormone. Into the bus answer is another thing. Apart from conflict of interest, but them can say, okay, me supply by for phone no cost this much. It is kind of the ban. You trust your phone car. Now accurate. A honor, it is a genuine business.
But conflict of interest
before we come to the conflict of interest.
Exactly. But we are genuine business according to
because if you want to see your money to honor
and genuine business according to Attorney General. Let me put it that on that record. It's internal auditor Joshua. She said that then a bit a sick option because institutions your mind. We your auditor then a bit me I bit me stop this idea as an auditor from another perspective.
Okay, so a quick one on the conflict of interest. The America found say conflict of interest. It does not necessarily mean say it automatically wrong. Say ni pane di bone. You can conflict of interest. Your dream is to say oppositional one who bet me their influence in your favor.
Yeah.
Internal auditor, say me internal auditor, and an internal auditor be our honor. So whom be bisa, it gives the opportunity to say or be go into detail on the work to ensure say you fa kwan pepe peso. Nipa krona or we need contract no. No what that qualities or despite say abia ownership near CEO na say a genuine obet my or ye juma pepe dia then the case dies off. But ekoba say who be bisa no anya juma then at that point the auditor and you should be blamed. What you say? So the conflict of interest comes in so that we will do a thorough work, detailed work to ensure say one file position no influence process no to get advantage.
Let's see.
Inti say oye we adwuma ye as an auditor na oye bibie wie no o document or report share say omofa procedure bibie mu quality say here say obi be win contract no or merit like or achieve that then who we adwuma. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
A situation where problem beba say unqualified then still changing how they will influence hiding ajiade no e dey akọ.
Okay. You said maybe see no kwan because say say see no kwan.
Yes.
Because kasam na no din. Joshua.
No din. The royalty scanner ebobo na in fact I make say sometimes if you look at the money that is going out if it's confirmed.
Yeah.
So we are.
Yeah.
Then you realize say your challenge is be bit my channel this Parker the scenario here near say we have to go back to our roots from Nkwalamu. Because you see, politics university. University no. The urban obe pre SRC you know krano. What is the intention of the
the bokrono?
What I say?
We bokrono.
Obe bokrono. No enye niska. Inti obibo university na owo cars ahodo. The question is, when no first scan and when you can. So the question is, as of mine was here at Nasi. Despite auditor, we are mebasono. As of mine, I was here chance if you and Kuala no more ban. Near said that it's a more different orientation because baby I drew no say see how far any average Ghanaian now who employer now for average Ghanaian usro because say okoye adwuma na say wu ni ho no ma scanner ban the possibilities any na be declare high unless we put in measures into it until was go to the basis near working from there but so Jumadie as internal auditor nyoma was say so one was say institutions need be brain no your staff more with qualified staff. For instance, I'm aware, say, NAFCO, Bafa Stock, they are head of department, that I'm aware, so a chartered accountant. So I believe the ethical requirement for every auditor, no, obey this. And the interesting thing is that we are leader of a department. Now say, one who entertain BBR, then it goes on the ground.
Yeah.
As a leader, who ensure, say, your ethical requirement or ethical basis is very strong.
You have a 2 million Ghana cedis. You just the ethical requirement. You have 2 million about 2 decks so.
So if that's the case, anything I'm saying was a chance film collaboration because it needs some kind of conviction. Say, despite Sky, there are 2 tables, you know. May dear, you say may.
Oh, it was for maybe a full line in the mama on a pay. Now, Prof, the mama 2 minutes, but I'm feeling fine and be full line.
Selano, you wish to have safe free so high. Yamma, law enforcement the year Jumaya. I don't say Yamma the figure. The first head or Makai, as soon as here in the Yachina to get Nakoromand. Your friend 2 weeks time, I say on Fanko, remember you. Here in a corner, no prison, come back. Or be because it was at the Abachimatu.
So, I
was young father say, this issue a buyer or Mother handle one to me. You need to be assorted. Psychologically, on your internal and mindset effect.
Yeah.
A kind of power. And he say, your father come fast in the D, and your papa. Obi was a quite should be ano. Or her condition now, or 2 and a mobile or bedding.
So we should punish corrupt.
Punishment and mass, I don't make any judgment.
Okay.
Because I butcher and I can't want seminal. What is the canna? Ya jiko basa do prison.
Right.
E because the the prison now we adwuma. Anapa basa ko adwuma your accountant. Ya ba professional no wesi. Oba ba ya adwuma, opon basa ko the prison.
I see. It's a for the payment. Be phone lines in the man join the conversation and yeah, twatwa adwene because sika ya bobo sunyina and we are not saying say omodifo. That's what we are saying. But for of course, I don't make an in case of but the amount of money you can want and for me, it's surprising. Say a former government in Kofor, is taking another government to come. It's the question on the plane is then a bit me a bit me sick. I'm on for more bot or minor corn. A bit me sick. Then a bit me yeah. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Parker. Good morning.
Yes, sir. But your first and oh, so of course I quite by 80 on a pay.
Medical, I can say, your man Penia or Teja say, Mahama, me bona basu. Na many beds who say, obey to me, adding a 9 ST form, I ye dear, obey bida. If you say, ocean a track record, or every potential capacity, so obey to me as treating near my app. My FTA every baby.
Right.
Now we're Jahoko. Party door, NDC, MPP, no. Yentimi Shena, you move away from that.
Okay.
Because and on the day, we see where you are from for. We must see, and as a from for, we are seeing a party, you know. Yeah. On many, yet your crown, no, I am born in a party, NDC, MPP.
I see.
Now, we are a member of Clergy for Kent.
Okay.
Nanka, or my penny Mahama, we in the Juma. Now, the Kennedy are better to us because on in the party, no Mukrano, who did the money, with Timina, who drew
so for Medasi and pay. Point well made, Medasi and pay. Mamma, next corner shop. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Oh, Mr. Parker, Christ, in a food drink cow.
Mr. Paul, I'm about to pay it to you.
We said to me, you have to be. Oh, one of the name is birthday. na ka me pa mo lunch me ye manya number bi am fa me pictures me information am ma o
kafra
me say me mam peni ni personal internet time pa so mo pick me la we na mo message WhatsApp la me dey am why yo me tie me mam peni personal John Osoboni Dramani Mahama only the vice president oba be see o customer ye kama no pay mo match Mr. Pake me see me flat TV ni na trivia na me yira ko me ho but many as I say your man penny DGM aba the entina nipa da sani ye see but go that way ano na safety na share se be ye ma ko yi na nipa ba ko person me dey ma capacity pass me botum ke se ma ban na wo power na hwe nkola mu tin ya fifi ade hwe ya kwa ya practical kantam hwe kedi ka festu na that way na ko bere se me dey ma ban na banti mi sika na se ye di mra na ye djuma na ko brani akotina transform say yempere twese twema wontu ye wa ha no ko jisika room e na bi say odi ko dua buru ana me wa
mate fancy ye medase yanko next corner so no pay hello good morning hello
good morning
sir your first and everything
Pacho kasa free Kumasi Kuti
okay it's your opinion
me the ben Pacho, o mai pana corruption sama molkero. Mida mwasipa na se de ebe ko ye pa jise ye shemra ti se sene China o mu shemra se uya se ka ye se to death.
Oh, nti yenkun uya se ka yenkun
ti se sene China for ye no.
I see.
Me feel say yes ade no a ebe bo man ye pa ya be so say obede obe wiaska
and na so for kind say nka mbi finish e bi kom nyina o ya so for ke
ya me feel say ye ni say no be bo man no yes
I see
because ye follow in a school and no afobia what say
mate medase obi ase ni message say ne wo school kwa ma ba crowd tia utia uska. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Paka.
The budget for an African.
Fredini, Mela.
Oh, Mela, meet you on Mela.
Na, something you are my being. Any, because what I see, the whole thing boils down to leadership.
Right.
I don't know, can you say, any funny young person. So the constitution itself is a problem. From day one. Hey, NVC, MPP, which means WCC. But we have to change the constitution. And powers in the no defending at the end of the day, no. Minimum one sector. Just show me one particular sector. Say, how sector we did. How opinion? From where? From military, police.
Melawaka semu.
So until we change our constitution with the leadership staff for dear, this constitution a lot of things among food 24 baby services bra
mate mena medase Fred medase oye cheche ni ochade ewo in Career Senior High School I'm in next corner so no pay yeah hello good morning but your first and everything
Oyerepa from me.
Mpacho ane Oyerepa team na osi.
I thought you sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe me dey Mr. Community for that to what the boy.
Okay.
Master me say, your man penny Mahama ye pa. Na ade ba ko ayen hye no so ya na yemianum party a ade onu fi se oye NDC bi efra. Na I say all kind of say the MP ba minim say the new woman say MP bi na no ke di woman from na the manager who Mahama from PCA and say she say all set record bi and let can be me di Canada and ya woman but enne
I'm actually even struggling to hear him but yeah cat corruption me nya sure so bi adem na one na ye ka ho ase to the besia na fe ya tonko mo no so ye hwe kwan be fo so a corruption no sikadie basa no ebitimi sia no kwan was sika mabobo so ha na no pay it was afo is mind boggling hello good morning
good
morning, Mr. Baka. That is it.
Never show me where you pay your force and everything.
Yes, let me. I tell you, I'm very
great. You're on the Peminia.
Mr. Baka. Me upon moment your mobile. I am central fool. Yeah. I send a bomb back so inclusive. Obeka so inclusive. I want my can all be somebody tell say will be the 2 a to na isuma. Into Emenako.
Yeah.
What's the word Yano? Enti. O my no, the woman no no school sama working. Check school and same degree. Enti and this MPP no. And this yabe or check MPP. Enti and this in India ya bone ba kokora ho. Why you think I would MPP na would NDC? You say o man no, and you make it.
Yeah.
But the other no bet you enko for sa. Sabe yes you admit. You feel na if you want to be better woman. O ba buru kan gu a no ma ba bete. Enti ya se adwene dia. Na se ya ma party ba ko fie du. E fie biasa. Ye betina mu sa. Nemom so we ba buru ka 8 years. O ba 8 years anu abete. What you anu ya bete ne ka. I guess I be na mu sa. Nya me shira bon kam.
But you better see. Let's make some progress. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Taga, good morning.
Yes, sir. Kokodium ni.
Yes, sir. Controversial. Nyami chira no ma kwatente. Mami chira in kami mo organize fear be oforuko. No ma cha na nakocha. And I boss Abbas Rumuji omuti opa. Kakra mekani say, wo se kwan be ni besia no, kwan be fa so besia no ne say. Ye do obi tum so obi di fu ani na tum 15 years. Wo hold the position no, wo ba show hu ye. Obi be kan say yanchi obi NDC ba no abechi MPP from kwa. Unim za doma mo chebu kapele. No na bem. Eti NDC abem obi ya boni ama du batum. Eti se MPP ni bia ya de charge abon. Now the Tani can't be ye betchi obi we di sika bia 15-20 years. Na the giant shawamo be said. Yeah, the position mawa. We are this so MPP who ni sika. Na the asunja but who are this sika they already said 15-20 agree that the end in abako. Baga nyamenka umpa ujo.
Guwati. But me for last call I don't pay that fee. You're up here. Because it's funny but it's not. It's not. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Parker.
Yes, sir. But first and everything. Great. Yeti on Peminia.
Mr. Parker, Canon there. In United Pigano, Via Martian. Na, the Pacho, Jana, a Benjamin Kuana, and the self will be because I say, Obia pe a Benjamin Yassin, individual. Into a mark of a honor a choke into Bia qua, Ronum qua, some qua. Makabaya Dasi, the Dashipa, Uncle Mia, Dan and President for Uncle Pancamo.
Yo,
Omodi ever could be an uncle and show almost a year.
Medasi. Me bacho Mela, what's the name? Sorry, I am Cairo Sectech. Megasede. Something Cairo Secondary School. Sectech in Cairo Secondary Tech in the car. Okay, Mati. Mela Medasi, thank you. Me bacho, me san fa figures no to sumami. We so because Sikano yan kaso bi edi for ha. But that Attorney General buffer stock sika enwino every system is 78.2 million Ghana cedis. Osusu se omo diska, sika omo dini. Enye sika ketwa. And wife to me to watch 1.5 million.
Allowance if this is
allowance of the man bosome 5,000 Ghana cedis. National Signal Bureau need $2.2 million. And also sika osusu omo dini no. National Service, you see a creative fake account and a fake names. Me national service dada. So now the din wom. I'm just making the point. It's a creating of for the national service personnel. Babusumbiano. It's your moka. Almost about 900 people. Uminati. Almost see 2.2 million Ghana cedis.
Look at the system. I heard never seen for you.
Oze. Yes, we use Sakaka. But 2.2 million. I say we use Sakaka. So that is the issue. It's not the rule of the auditor. No, say, almost 2 years then. But what them come and say, it's not their fault. And on the paper that Joshua said, is brought some understanding because no be a bomb with these. Almost 2 years then. But what them say, it's not their fault. Or the report to the economy, there's nothing they can do about it. Now, the pay such a swimming can show say, mosquito spray and no corner that's our system. And to why you're stubborn, insect or you're stubborn, a bit you sue. Spray no calling in ano, and they are finishing one time. Now, if we Samara company, in fact, FDA for Ajatum, Fresh Samara company on 0246 864798, 0246 864798, and at 0501 454462, 0501 454462. Sasu, yes, a kuntum preko. Yabeko, Prof. Final words na member Joshua.
Me final words ne say Ghana fo anya kwan ye adwuma wa aban aso ya hodo a owutumi no. Wo hye so be no kwafo.
Ndi ne krema ye ho.
To so mienu institutions a so obi ye mfonso a ye twe na so no. Omo fa mranya adwuma.
Right.
Sa ne ma mienu ye adwuma ne ye kan no ebejai. Sa amane sa na me ye aban panini sika fa mensase ne de be keka ne se ewie na bibia nsi dia. Efarema. Say ya ti sanse bebrebe ye nanka ya ji obi dan waji sie ni nyina na bayaje na watonton na sika na eda kodi dwuma bi ahon so ya de ehia pa say ya nya sika wo ya firi ha
ya ma che ne ade aye
ya nche ade ade sika na ye because en kan budget ho you can say free money na aba e ti na ye yi nti efa ni dwuma na so kwaje ba na wan kan hwea me ka so say kwaje ba wa say di nti sa ne ma mensa no omo tu sa na mo no a ebe boa mama na to en kakra
Joshua final words na enko
Kakame can say to auditors and our internal auditors.
Catch them.
In fact, we were Juma year. Yababa was wabaso. 1 year wa yabetron waso. Even though auditors be now we need the opportunity to come on air to defend yourself. But you try as much as possible say what the ethical requirements of our professional. Yabedi so. Now, in fact, Jumana Kasani say whatever you do, evidence that indicates oh yeah the right thing. Procedures say fast or fast, and let's document everything so that in cases of these issues, no, a bit more vulnerability every any form of fraud near there.
Now the issues about intimidation say be a okoken, you be transfer or baby na there, and also
yes, as an auditor, whether internal or external. Right. Also, the show must say these things are part of our job.
Okay.
Once your ethical requirement tells you that it's wrong, tell them that it's wrong. So, on transfer,
you can transfer
you. Yes, because obejatum or chinano udimba public, and I say, you see, integrity is very key.
Right.
And so, one my integrity na you will get a higher level of opportunity be now be disqualified for that.
Joshua,
so let's do this in the interest of the state and
Joshua,
to the authorities no.
Right.
Yeah, ensure say will be a appointed position be a man or you're committed so that even or the position to influence things go on negatively and affect the state no.
Medasi, Joshua. Okay. Yanko.
So no nsia na better na say abobo so bia I was say sorry ma sometime we touch champion any sports crew no e be fa moto so. Nyame ya dom na chi na we de yenkwa chen ya de mid week edition ebebremo. Midin the Akua Asiedua no pemini
Kwesi Parker Wilson, my guest this morning, Professor Lawrence Lowell, or your accredited management consultant on San Chade of Valley View University. And of course, our auditor, in fact, say the personal auditor, no. Babu auditing my life about me. Joshua Banga, we're external auditor, and of course, a Due Harvest Consult Chartered Accountant, Oyerepa, I'm auditing 70 years pa. Wow, your auditor the general printing be firm. Now the transfer of now, you still have your integrity at hand. I'm not more China. Wednesday, we're seeing back with another edition of OBT. It was a 4. I come in now. Have a good morning.